So let's talk about how we set up a Schoology course to synchronize grades directly into a Powerschool gradebook. Currently, for Georgia College Early College, the Schoology Powerschool synchronization has been completed. So if you're watching this video from another school and your synchronization step has not been completed, this is not the video for you. So let's talk about how we take a Schoology course and set it up so that our grades will automatically be deposited into our Powerschool gradebook. So first off, you're going to want to make sure that all of the background user agreement. No one cares. That's not important. That's just these people. So let's talk about how we can take a Schoology course and set it up so that all of our grades will be deposited into our Powerschool gradebook automatically. The first thing you're going to want to do is you've got to realize that the courses that you have created on your own inside of Schoology cannot be used to port grades into Powerschool. Once the connection between Powerschool and Schoology has been completed, Powerschool itself is going to automatically create courses under your teacher ID name inside of Schoology for you. And so you've got to find those particular courses if you want to do the synchronization of the gradebook. And so to do that, what I'll do is I'm going to go to my courses list and click See All. And that should bring up a list of everything I've got here. And what I'm looking for is a string of numbers, like a course code. So right here you can see my British literature and composition has this code after it. It's 3 underscore and then a series of numbers. And that lets me know that that course is connected to Powerschool. If that number is not there, like there's not one up here, there's not one up here, after biology course, those are all personally created courses. But this one is created by Powerschool and it is connected. So I've got to use this course if I want to use the gradebook. So I open that up. And this is an archived course. This none of this is any longer active. So it may appear a little bit different, but the core concept is still the same. So when I open up this page, the first thing I'm going to want to do, if you haven't done it already, is you're going to want to go to your gradebook and click Grade Setup. And you're going to want to create your grade categories, your weight categories for that gradebook. And you want to set this up as close to the way your school's Powerschool gradebook weighting is set up. So mine has a final exam category that's 20% of the grade, midterms are 5%, quizzes are 30, and tests are 45. You simply make sure you have this weight categories checked so you can edit those, and you click this button here to add the categories to fill that list in. And once you've got that set up the right way, go down here and click on the Powerschool icon. And that will bring up this list here. Don't worry so much about this right now, but you're going to want to click Configuration. And then scroll down, and you'll see a list of all of the, on the left-hand side, the Schoology course categories that you've just created, as well as your Powerschool categories that are listed in your gradebook. Now for mine, the classwork and project gradebook categories are not used, so I only have to worry about tests, end of course tests, quizzes, and midterms. So what I'll do is I'll select this drop down menu here and choose the right one that matches up with the Powerschool category. I'll do that for all of them, and then I'll click Save Changes. And that just aligns the grading category so that when you, in Schoology, make an assignment that is a quiz, it is graded and weighted as if it were a quiz inside of Powerschool. If you mess up here, your gradebook is going to be all over the place, inaccurate, and it won't be the same in Schoology and in Powerschool. So, but once you've got that taken care of, well, let's go back here and look at the Sync Grades menu. And what this is, it'll show you a list of all of your assignments that you've created inside of Schoology, and it'll let you know the last time it was synced to Powerschool, and if there was an error, it'll allow you to see what the error was. Also, if you've made some changes, you can force a sync on a particular assignment if you feel that you need to. Though I do have hours set up so that it automatically synchronizes immediately whenever you make changes. But you can do this if you want to be extra certain. These assignments up here that you see that there is an error for, if you hover over the View Error icon there, it'll kind of explain to you what went wrong. And these here, this is from a unit that I didn't even use with this course, and so none of it's set up as an assignment that can actually be graded. So Schoology doesn't even bother trying to sync it into Powerschool in the first place, which is absolutely fine because there's no grade to be submitted into Powerschool anyway. Also, from time to time, something like this can happen, this critical analysis 2 assignment here. It has an error, and if I hover over it, it just says an error occurred while syncing this assignment. Resync to try again. That can be a number of different things. It seems to be pretty rare, but it does happen from time to time. You'll simply want to just look at the assignment, look at the editing, make sure that all of the features for that assignment are set up the right way, that you've chosen the right grading category, you've chosen a rubric or a method that works and that makes sense, and that everything is, doing what you intended it to do. And that might fix it, but if it doesn't, you can always just come ask me, and we'll sit down, we'll take a look at it together and see if we can't figure out what's going on. And then, of course, worst case scenario is we can just open up Powerschool and manually type in the grade so that that synchronization is there. But as I said, that's not something that happens too terribly often, so you shouldn't need to worry about that. All right, so now I'm going to go back to my gradebook and show you one more thing. So click gradebook, and up here in the top bar here, you can see there's 2 icons, and that's sync changes to Powerschool. So again, that allows you to manually synchronize items into your Powerschool. So if you do it from the gradebook here, you can do everything all at once instead of individual assignments. And then, of course, there's an icon here that will take you to that status log that we just that I just showed you here. Now, it is very, very important that if you are going to synchronize your Schoology and your Powerschool gradebook, any and every assignment that you wish to have a grade in Powerschool, you must enter that assignment and its grade into Schoology. If you create assignments in Powerschool and put grades in Powerschool manually, you're going to see a desynchronization between your Schoology and Powerschool. So for example, if I have an old-fashioned pen and paper test and I grade it by hand, and then I open Powerschool, I create an assignment in Powerschool, I enter all the grades in Powerschool, that assignment is never going to show up in Schoology. It doesn't reverse sync. It's not going to go from Powerschool back to Schoology. But if I do a old-fashioned pen and paper test and grade it by hand, and then I create an assignment category or an assignment in Schoology and insert those grades in Schoology, then I don't need to open or touch the PowerSchool gradebook at all. Schoology will automatically take care of creating the assignment. It will insert the grade for you. If you've done the category and the due dates the right way, that information will carry over. If you have an assignment where you've given the student a comment or feedback, that information will also carry over into PowerSchool. But again, it is very important that if you're going to synchronize the gradebooks, that you only use the Schoology gradebook. You should be checking your PowerSchool gradebook probably once or twice a week to make sure that the grades in Schoology are synchronizing over to PowerSchool correctly. And as long as those numbers are the same, everything should be just fine. You want to be checking this sync log up here to make sure that every assignment is carrying over the right way. And if everything is working the way that it should be working, then you should save yourself quite a great deal of time. But always, if there is a problem, please just ask myself, ask anyone around you. Don't wallow in the problem. There is definitely a solution. I know this may be complicated at first, but I think this is something that if we all did together and practice it and really drive this in, we'll have so much more time and freedom available to us.